Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the first video of the series on getting started with Reloadly. I am Junaid Maqsood and let's jump right into it. So, Reloadly is a mobile airtime API platform. It enables users to provide mobile airtime to their customer base and earn commission of each sale. It's supported by over 600 mobile operators and is connecting you to over a billion mobile subscribers. In order to get started, the first step would be to obtain an API key from Reloadly platform. So let's jump right into the browser and navigate to reloadly.com. So from here, we click on get your free API key and just register on their platform. Once the registration is complete and you have verified the account, they send you the code via email and your phone number. Once you've done that, we'll navigate to the login page and log in with the email and password you use for sign up. Once you're in the dashboard, navigate to the developers and API keys. These will be used to communicate to their API to perform all tasks. Reloadly also comes with its detailed documentation, sandbox mode as well as a web-based test mode. So if I switch the test mode on, I can go on with testing the online interface, including all modules without affecting anything or getting charged for any service. This is a neat way of getting yourself familiar with the platform before committing to anything. In regards to their documentation, let's have a quick look into it before diving right into the code. Complete documentation can be found on this page with all endpoints, sample code in all various languages. The API uses Auth 2.0 protocol for authorization, which we will look into in a second. You can also check the various methods. You can also find error codes. Let me just get rid of that. And statuses with all their information description. So in case something goes wrong, this should be the first point in your mind to start debugging. Now that the doc is covered, let's dive into coding our first API call to the Reloadly system. For this, I will be using VS Code and MAP for Mac. However, you can get the same result with any other development environment. The script will be in core PHP just to give you guys a basic minimal understanding on getting started. The same concept can be used for any framework or language. You can also get the sample code from their documentation site for your specific need. With our development environment ready, let's jump quickly back to the documentation and follow along their getting started guide. Now we've already done the prerequisite, so let's jump right into making your first call. Now we've already created the developer account. As I said, this API uses Auth2 authentication. The first step will be to get an access token. So in order to get an access token, we're gonna make post request to this route. So let's just jump into VS Code. Now I've already created a clean code request script in PHP. Let's just copy the URL and paste it there. And in the documentation, it's telling you that it requires client ID, client secret, audience, and grant type. And the content type is gonna be JSON. So let's give it all the details. So, so the audience will tell which token you want to generate, either for live or production or for sandbox. So let's bring in our client ID and secret. As we're using the sandbox, we'll just switch to test mode for it to change the API keys for the sandbox account. We'll just copy these and paste them there. Let's just save that. Now I've already set up the dev environment on the reloadly.local, so this should work. There we go. So we have successfully generated an access token. It tells us that we have the scope of performing all these tasks and its expiry date and the token type, which is bearer. Now to make the first API call. Let's try it, check the account balance. You can check their sample code. They give you in all these languages. We're gonna be using PHP for this. Let's just add in the authorization. It's now obviously you're gonna replace the access token here. So let's just do that. And the API endpoint, which is /account/balance. The H is missing. And this is not gonna be a post request. No need to send in the post data. We're using the sandbox token, but we're making the call to the live server. There we go. I have 0 Canadian dollars in my balance, which is exactly correct. So in your application, you're basically going to be storing the token as well as its expiry. So when the token expires, you're going to have to request a new one in order for your app to keep working. So there we have it, our first API call to Reloadly platform. Let's now quickly switch over to the live feed instead of Sandbox and do the same to test that way out. Here we go, a live token for production. We'll just copy that. There we go, same result on the live server. Now that we have made our first API call to the Reloadly system, we are super interested in seeing you guys get started as well. All the code used in this video is available online. You can find the links to it in the description below. Let us know what projects you're gonna be using it in the comments below. We would love to get to know you guys better. If you found this video useful, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, as we will be coming up with the follow-up videos. So stay tuned and have a good one.